Welcome to the Weekly Wrap, only on KENS 5 Plus. I'm your host, Audrey Gasolano. Let's get you up to date on some of the biggest stories of the week. At number 5 in our countdown, local vendors facing an uncertain future after Painted Tree Boutiques announced Tuesday that they were closing their doors effective immediately. This affects all 60 plus locations nationwide. Painted Trees was a home to hundreds of local small businesses selling home goods, clothing, jewelry, and much more. Painted Tree corporate teams confirmed to KENS 5 that they filed for bankruptcy. The business cited rising costs, shifting market conditions, and the evolution in how consumers shop as reasons for their closure. And at number 4 in our countdown, more than 500 positions are on the chopping block in Judson ISD as leaders work to close a multi-million-dollar budget gap. District leaders say this is about cutting positions, not people. They hope to reassign staff and avoid most layoffs while still addressing a $35 million deficit. It's a 7% reduction in the school's workforce. The district is already cutting 284 positions by closing 4 schools, 3 elementary schools, and 1 middle school, something they approved earlier this year. At number 3 in our countdown, Tuesday, Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones delivered her first State of the City address. It was a chance to reflect on her first 10 months in office and look to the future. The mayor said the bond for fiscal year 2027 being $600 million is a significantly lower bond than they had hoped, but added that it would require priority over certain projects like flooding infrastructure and construction, like the fatal Paramvidal flood.
On the state's list of flood projects, we've got 14 projects in the city limits, all totaling $411 million. That's just what we know is in design, right? Like, I guess mature enough to know that how much it would cost and all that. But we know we've got lots of other projects. You and I both know when it rains just a little bit, for example, Penn Road 151, right? The fire department is out there.
And the mayor also wants the Spurs to pay San Antonio millions owed after a failed Major League Soccer bid. That stems from a 2015 Toyota Field deal that required repayment if San Antonio didn't land a team by 2021. Switching things up in health news, kidney disease can affect almost anyone at any time, and the symptoms often go undetected. As KENS 5's Jeremy Baker explains in this week's Healthy Essay, your kidney health and heart health, they actually go hand in hand.
Both the American Heart Association and the American Society of Nephrology say taking simple steps now is a must to protect your kidneys, safeguard your heart, and improve your long-term health.
The connection between the heart and the kidney is so strong, for example. You've got the heart as the pump and you've got the kidney as the filter.
What do the kidneys do? They remove waste, acting as a cleaning system, manage the body's fluid balance. They help to regulate blood pressure. Kidneys assist in red blood cell production, and they help your bones absorb calcium.
You can think of the kidneys as comprised of a bunch of microscopic filters of the blood, and these tiny blood vessels do not regenerate over the course of a lifetime.
An estimated 37 million Americans have some type of kidney disease, but as many as 9 out of 10 don't know they have it. And right now, more than 800,000 people in the U.S. are estimated to have kidney failure. So what should you do if you think you may be at a higher risk for kidney disease? Talk to your doctor about getting your kidneys tested.
Because there are very simple and accurate tests. There's one for the blood, there's another one for the urine, and they can tell you about your kidney risk with great precision and accuracy. So have that conversation if you have any of the risk factors.
To learn more about the ways you can protect your kidneys to help you live as long and healthy of a life as possible, head to this story on KENS5.com. In the studio, Jeremy Baker, KENS 5.
Really good tips there. All right, the Weekly Wrap is back after this.
Go ahead. Take a look at the faces of San Antonio Zone. When you look into their eyes, you see passion, you see hard work, you see familia. Generations of people who embody a rich culture of respect, honor, and originality. We're all in San Antonio, but more importantly, San Antonio is in us. It's what makes us special. It's why we're proud to be San Antonio's own.
A broken vehicle fixed after 5 months of no help.
KENS 5 made it 100% better.
A busted windshield fixed after getting the runaround from a contractor.
And you guys did it. Y'all were amazing.
A much-needed tax refund this man couldn't access. Yep, fixed.
Kids 5 actually helped me out quite a lot, actually.
Have a consumer problem you can't solve? Call Ken's. Weekdays at 6 on Ken's 5.
Got a problem, call Ken's. They will solve the problem.
My name is Sue Kalberg, and I am a journalist for Ken's 5 for 22 years. I think it's been an awesome privilege to be able to work in the town that I grew up in. My uncle, Rex Stanley, was the very, 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 very first guy hired at Ken's 5. From the beginning, I said, you can get paid for that? Let me in. It fills my heart to be a part of the Ken's family, because the Ken's family is the San Antonio family. I am San Antonio's own Sue Kalberg.
We want to get you breaking news right now.
Here, let me show you the police activity. New insight into a deadly police shooting.
We just got an update from fire officials. We'll continue to keep you updated.
Stream extended coverage, live or on demand, right here on Ken's 5 Plus.
At number 2 in our countdown, Republican Congressman Tony Gonzalez's time in office has now come to an end. He formally resigned Tuesday. Al Gonzalez admitted in March to an affair with a staffer who later died by suicide. He ended his re-election bid but said he had no desire to resign despite growing pressure, including from within his own party. Right now, there's no word from Governor Abbott on what he plans to do to fill that seat. People living in a neighborhood near downtown say 18-wheelers keep driving down their small residential street, and they didn't know what to do about it. The street had already had signs warning truck drivers to stay away. After Ken's 5's Andrew Moore got involved, a local trucking company changed its routes.
Terry Rubio says her family kept seeing large trucks hauling materials down their little street, and even though they called the city, they could not get the city to do anything about it. But after Ken's 5 reached out to the owners of that trucking company and found out they had a job in the area, the company agreed to change their route to make the family feel safer.
The issue is that the 18-wheelers are coming through here at a high speed. They're not even driving slowly.
Terry Rubio says she has a lot of family on this little San Antonio street, and they were tired of seeing big trucks. There are already signs on both sides of the street prohibiting large trucks, but Rubio says that didn't seem to be working, and the family now worried this was a safety issue.
My mom gets very uncomfortable with it because she says there's kids coming out from school.
Rubio thought the trucks were driving through the subdivision to avoid waiting for a nearby train, but when Ken's 5 looked over the pictures they took of the trucks coming through, we found out those trucks were all from the same company. It turns out M Cantu Trucking was actually working a job in the neighborhood on the next street over, and SAPD told us large trucks can use residential streets if it's necessary to make deliveries. But when Ken's 5 contacted M Cantu Trucking, the company still made changes quickly so they were not driving on this street. HR manager Francis Cantu told us via email, it appears there may have been some confusion regarding the designated routes, which contributed to the situation. We have addressed the matter internally and have spoken directly with all drivers to ensure they are aware of and compliant with all posted restrictions moving forward. We are committed to being respectful of the neighborhoods and areas we operate in.
It makes my mom feel better. She's finally relieved about it, that something's being done.
The family says those trucks have stopped, which is a relief, and they hope any other trucking companies in the area follow suit.
I really appreciate you helping us, helping my mother. You want something solved? Call Ken's.
And again, Cantu Trucking was on top of this just 30 minutes after Ken's 5 reached out to them. The family says they're very thankful the trucking company took it so seriously, and they hope other companies follow suit. For Call Ken's Andrew Moore, Ken's 5.
Glad they got it all resolved. All right, the weekly wrap back after this.
Go ahead. Take a look at the faces of San Antonio Zone. When you look into their eyes, you see passion, you see hard work, you see familia. Generations of people who embody a rich culture of respect, honor, and originality. We're all in San Antonio, but more importantly, San Antonio is in us. It's what makes us special. It's why we're proud to be San Antonio's own.
talked to this police officer, and she told me to call KENS 5.
Every week, KENS 5 is looking out for San Antonio's own.
The next day after you left, they sent a professional AC guy, and my AC is working now.
If you've been wronged by someone,
it was shocking. Clearly something went wrong.
Or a business,
I couldn't believe it was happening.
Just call KENS. Weekdays at 6, only on KENS 5.
I got my vehicle back. I'm rolling again, so call KENS 5 to help you if you need help too.
Born and raised on the northwest side of San Antonio, Texas. Generations of my family have been from this part of Texas. I have Fiesta roots, I have Spurs roots, I have Texas Fighter roots. Played basketball at Clark. Basketball was a huge part of my life for 16 years. My comfort dish, a plate of chilaquiles with salsa verde. I grew up watching KENS 5. I am who I am because of this beautiful city. I hope that they can find a sense of pride knowing that their creation is helping deliver them the most important news of the day. I'm Alicia Nieves, and I'm proud to be from this beautiful city.
If you want a meal that will make you say,
so good!
That is fantastic.
Catch Neighborhood Eats, where we find the best local restaurants. Streaming now on KENS 5 Plus.
A fiesta has arrived, and the festive colors are showing up in classrooms across San Antonio, and one local artist's creation has even gone viral. It's all started with the teacher's vision. KENS 5's Roxy Van Rooten has this story.
At Oak Meadow Elementary, Fiesta starts right outside the classroom door, where there's now a bright, hand-painted sign filled with Fiesta colors and designs created by local artist Caitlin Apaez.
I made this banner for my son's teacher. She reached out to me for their Fiesta parade. She just asked me if I could basically recreate the very popular Fiesta brand logo, like the label.
Well, this means everything to me. I've been wanting a sign like this outside my classroom for about 10 years now, and I just haven't had the time to do it. So, of course, Caitlin helped me out and made that possible.
And you can see it right away. It changes the space, not just how it looks, but how it feels walking into the room.
We're so happy to see this when they showed up Friday morning. They were just ecstatic. They're just so happy to learn about Fiesta, and they're ready to celebrate.
Now the class is getting ready for their own parade, building a float, and taking part in Fiesta.
Our Oak Meadow Parade is next Thursday, April 23rd.
Something the whole class gets to be a part of.
Viva Fiesta!
Roxy Van Rooten, KENS 5.
Wow, what a talented mom. All right, and at number 1 in our countdown to wrap things up, after several days of emotional testimony, a judge has ruled Camp Mystic must keep its Guadalupe camp closed and cannot alter any structures or land affected by the deadly July 4th flooding. On Wednesday, a judge upheld a restraining order looking to preserve evidence at the campsite as it prepares to reopen. The final witness, a security guard who admitted if evacuation orders had been given earlier, lives could have been saved.
If we had taken one person and then said, we need to go to higher ground, go to specific cabins and evacuate the counselors and campers, there were enough able-bodied people there to follow such an order. True?
Yes, sir.
That order was never given, correct?
Correct.
And 27 girls died because of that failure, correct?
Yes, sir.
State regulators say they are reviewing more than 600 comments and complaints about the camp's plan to reopen. A judge will decide if Camp Mystic can continue to work on their property or not. That hearing will continue on Monday. Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of the Weekly Wrap, only on KENS 5 Plus. Be sure to join us next week for all your new headlines. That's it for now. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.